Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. You have reached Chronicles of the Gray Hair Diva. If this is your first time, welcome. If not, welcome back. I hope all of you out there hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so that every time I upload a video, you will be notified. So right now, we're still talking Real Housewives of Potomac. But right now, before we talk about the reunion, I'll do a separate video later because I wrote so many notes and I have so many things that we need to break down in reference to that reunion. But for now, we're going to talk about Monique Samuels from formerly from the Real Housewives of Potomac, and her message that she did on her IG yesterday, or was it today? I don't know. I think it was yesterday, but she quit. She said, I quit. I'm done. It's over. I'm going to play a little snippet of her IG video of her saying in her own words that she quit, and then we're going to talk about it. One moment. So stay tuned.
Down a little bit. About Instagram. I want Instagram. I can't share it to the watching the Bravo chat room right now. So, hey. Hold on, let me make sure I put drag queens at 11 o'clock. Drag queen. It's so funny. A lot of people don't realize that I'm a binder person. Like, I literally I have so many binders in my house. Like, that's just like my thing. So I didn't realize it was such a big deal to people, but I'm just old school with it. Yes. Yes, my husband he's amazing. Yes, he loves this family. I love this family, and we would never do anything to jeopardize our family. And yes, Chris had my back. Yes. 100%. 100%. So yeah. But it was a crazy ride. It's not easy doing reality TV, and to be quite honest, y'all, I'm over it. So I appreciate every. Yes, someone asked if I was open to. Yeah, like God has really just blessed me and my family, and He's given us this calm that is just, it's God. It's God when you can go through so much and you have this much peace. And I'm just on Wednesday on See What Monique channel, who's also been accused of being paid by me. All soon. Oh, plastic, all that good stuff. Y'all take care.
Hi guys, so you saw yourself. Monique said that, she quit. She has to, think about her family, how she's being portrayed on Bravo, and she doesn't want when her kids to grow up for them to look back at this footage of how they would have stayed on the show after their family was being just portrayed in such a negative way. Well, Monique, you know what? That's cute. You quit. Before I go into that, I just want to say this before all of y'all don't come at me in the comments talking about I just don't like Monique, because that is not true. I think Monique is absolutely beautiful. Skin flawless, beautiful smile, great teeth. She dresses well. Monique is in tip-top shape. I feel like Monique is just TV ready, okay? Tip-top shape. If you watch the reunion part 3, there was a point where she was just switching her chair to like move or just do something, and she moved her arm. If you could see the definition in her arm, I'm like, get me a trainer that can get me there. Monique is just flawless. I mean, I think she's absolutely beautiful. I think she dresses well. And matter of fact, the clip that I showed you, that sweater in the video, tell me where I can get it. I think is gorgeous. I think Monique always has just a beautiful look when she came on camera. I thought that she was a great addition to the Real Housewives of Potomac. I really actually think when this season first started with her and the bird, I just thought it was so cute and so interesting, and it brought a little different flavor to the show. And I will say this, do I think they were jealous of her? There was some jealousy going on. Oh, 100%. But guess what? There's jealousy with everybody else in this world too. If you go to Target right now, Walgreens, Walmart, in Amazon, any job in this world, you have average people being jealous of the average person right next to them. So jealousy goes on. Like, this is not nothing new. We all deal with some form of jealousy. So, I mean, just X that off the list is to say, oh, I felt so bad because everybody was jealous of her. People are jealous of people all day, every day. Doesn't give you a reason to snap and to lose it, okay? So let me just continue to say, why I do like Monique. I like Monique. I just do not like at all the way things turned out with her this season. Do I think she should have been fired? I said in a previous video, no, she should not be fired. But I said, yes, 100%, she should have to sit out about 3 to 4 episodes. But I'm here to talk about her words of, I quit, because this is not how I want my family to be portrayed, and I don't want my kids to see this in the future, so forth and so on. But before I get into that, let me continue with Monique to say this. I think you should follow her. I don't like this whole cancel society thing, like everything that goes on right now, just because somebody did one thing, their whole life should be canceled. I do not agree with that. And I think you should follow Monique. Monique has a YouTube channel called Tea with Monique. Follow her. Subscribe to her channel. She has her podcast and her website, Not for Lazy Moms. Follow that. Go check it out, right? And she has I guess connected with Not for Lazy Moms. It's I'm Boss Foundation. Listen, follow Monique. I'm not saying cancel her whole life, but what I am saying is, this season right here, season 5, Monique was dead wrong. So even if you love her, y'all need to admit she was dead wrong. Monique even finally said it herself on Reunion Part 3. She finally said, I'm sorry to Candace. But you know how you have that toothpaste and you're trying to get the last bit of it out the end of the tube? That's how we had to squeeze this apology out of Monique. It was like you trying to squeeze that last bit of toothpaste out of the tube. That's how we had to squeeze this apology out of her. And that's where I think she went wrong. She let her pride get to her. There's a saying that says, I believe it's something like, do not cut off your own nose to spite your face. That's what Monique did. And I'm going to tell you why a little bit more. Here's the thing. The fight happened. It was wrong. It was dead wrong. And if we want to do percentages here, I'm going to say it was 99.9% Monique's fault. So, okay, it happened. After that, you refused to apologize. You kept going around saying how Candace deserved to be dragged. And then to add to that, fuel to the fire, you write this song talking about getting dragged and you want to call it your therapy. No, you constantly giving little digs about how Candace deserved to get beat down. That is just petty, low, and childish. Then, if we couldn't leave that there, this piece I found out on the reunion last night, and I thought it was appalling. Usually when two couples get together, you need someone to, somebody needs to be the balance in the relationship. Somebody needs to mellow the other person out. In this situation, Monique and her husband, Chris, they both fell in the rabbit hole. And I understood, like, my heart broke last night somewhat for Chris. I understood their pain. And then he had the nerve to tell Giselle, hurt people, hurt people. Well, you're doing the same thing, Chris. You're hurt, so you want to hurt other people. When you and your wife can go live on an IG and you as a man could say that, oh, if I wasn't a man, I would beat y'all, drag y'all, talking about Giselle and Robin. You just as bad as the other person you're claiming is so bad. Do I think it was dead wrong that there was this alleged plot, and especially on your child, to say that you were not the father? Of course that is dead wrong. But y'all did not help the situation, not one bit. And so Monique says to us and wants us to believe, and that's fine, that she quit because she didn't like the way her family's being betrayed. family comes first, and so on and so on and so on and so on. I mean, go to her IG, hear more, and then I guess on her podcast she went and said some more, whatever. So you can go Google it and find out all this information. Let me say this: there's not a person in this world, if they're in their right mind, that doesn't go for a job and research the company or the job that they're going for, that they're applying for the position for, just a little bit. Even if you research it the night before your interview. If you're going for an interview at Target to be the cashier, you go on Target's website, you try to find a little bit of the benefits that they give, you try to see what it's like, for that cashiers that work there, what previous people have said. You try to find out some information about the company, about the corporation, so that when you're on this interview and they start to ask you some questions, you can be like, oh, this is your job for me. I did some research. I looked at your company. I like the way that y'all, your equal opportunity, blah, 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 so forth and so on. So now let's go back to Monique and the Real Housewives of Potomac. You said you want to go up there so you can show the world what, a black family looks like, and, in a good light. There were several, before you came on the Real Housewives of Potomac, there were several reality shows that you could have researched and watched and seen that not a one of them up there do they care about portraying these people and their families in the best light. Drama is what sells. So you thought somehow you were going to be different, go on the Real Housewives of Potomac and show everything in a different light. Okay, I can see it maybe. Let's roll with that thought for a minute. But then when you got there, for several seasons, you saw how they've been dragging Ashley, her husband, and their business in the gutter. You were okay coming back season after season, seeing other people's families get dragged in the gutter, as long as it wasn't yours. Now, because it's your family, you don't like what's going on, you don't like what you're seeing, and you don't want your family to look back and say whatever. Well, honey, there's already footage that they're going to look back and see that is crazy, and that's the fight between you and Candace. And if this is not what you wanted, why did you come to the reunion? You came to the reunion to, vindicate yourself? To say that you stood up for your family? Let's keep it real, Monique. What happened was you got a contract, in my mind, from Bravo. It wasn't the contract that you wanted. It wasn't for the money that you wanted. And now, because the money wasn't right, now, family first, now you're not going to sell your soul to the devil, so to speak. Now, because the dollar amount is not right, now you quit. And you quit in the name of your family. Really, Monique? That's what every person from Bravo that ends up not getting the contract that they want, they come out and say this statement: thank you for the time. I want to thank Bravo for everything. I want to thank all the people that I work with, on the show. Y'all have been great. I'm just deciding right now I'm not going to come back. I have other ventures. This is what I'm going to do. Blah, 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 blah. And that's always the story. But in the meanwhile, back behind the scenes, it is that Bravo did not give you the contract and the money that you wanted. And that's the real reason why you are quitting. So, the only person in the history of the Housewives franchise that I know of, that I can remember, that actually just told the truth, that they fired her, was Teddy Mellencamp from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. So you know what? Bravo to Teddy for telling us the truth. Nene also came out and said she quit, only to later tell us that, they was icing her out. They didn't give her the contract that she wanted. They wasn't putting her out of scenes and blah, blah, blah. And that's the reason why she left. But before that, she had the whole similar statement of, my time has come to an end, so forth and so on. So, Monique, you didn't just quit. And it's not just because it's your family. you didn't get the money that you wanted from Bravo, in my opinion, and that's why now you're saying it's over. Because before this season, Real Housewives of Potomac has not been showing anybody's family on that show in like a soft and pink way. So you knew what they were about. Y'all are just very upset, and I'm not saying y'all don't have the right to be, but you're just very upset now because the smoke, so to speak, is coming on you and your family. The heat is on y'all. But before that, the heat's been on every castmate around you. If you wasn't in agreement of the way, you know, they was doing things on that show, don't be in agreement for anybody's family. But now that it's come to yours, and you know, your husband came on Reunion Part 3 saying, you know, they tried to tear down the family on TV. Well, they've been doing that on the Real Housewives of Potomac and all these other housewives shows. But y'all was here for it in the check until now. And again, do I think that any of these shows should bring the children into it? Not at all. But on Reunion Part 3, we saw the footage when Giselle came to your house. Your own husband kept asking her, doesn't the little boy look like him? How is she responsible for that narrative and that storyline that your own husband brought up when she came to the house? I know people don't like Giselle. I know y'all don't like Robin. I know y'all don't like Candace. But the footage is the footage. And Monique, do I think that it is dreadful that this plot even allegedly existed or came about? I think it is dead wrong. Dead wrong. But your own ex-best friend is really the one that started the whole nonsense. Speak to her. Speak to her. Be mad at her. But I think all of your anger, instead of directing it in the right direction, you took it out on Candace for whatever reason. And like I said, for all you Monique lovers, and I'm not telling you not to be a fan of hers anymore, she said it out her own mouth on Reunion Part 3 that Candace did not deserve it. She's sorry for what she did to Candace. And like I said, that was squeezed out of her like that last bit of toothpaste. She's sorry for what she did to Candace and for what happened. But Monique and her husband played a major role in this whole debacle. For him to be threatening females live on the IG, and then Monique, she gives that every time she's talking something to defend themselves, she gives that same energy of like, yeah, that's right, and that's what he used to do for a living. Why would you sit there, go live on IG to talk about how two women should get beat down? You're giving them the fuel they need to run you off the railroad track. There's this commercial, I think it was for deodorant. It says, never let them see you sweat. Oh, Monique, you let them see you dripping with sweat. You fell into the rabbit hole every time. What you need to understand about the rabbit hole, there are no carrots for you down there. As you found out when you got that contract, they cut your carrots in half. They didn't offer you the same contract. Allegedly, so I think. They didn't offer you the same contract. They didn't offer you the same amount of episodes. They probably had all kinds of stipulations in that contract. And that's when you looked at it and said, this is not worth it. I'm not going to go back there, sell my soul to the devil for $1. But I believe, in my mind, if the contract was right and it said what you wanted it to say, you would have been back for another season. You would have been here for it all day long. And a lot of people feel that the ratings are going to tank, like the ratings tank for Real Housewives of Atlanta without Nene being there. People feel like the ratings are going to tank without you being there. I don't think so, and time will tell. And the reason why I don't think so is because you was very likable on the Real Housewives of Potomac, but you wasn't the top runner. So no matter how much people hate Giselle, Robin. Even though Karen in there, even though Karen, I saw some despicable stuff from her last night on the Real Housewives Part 3, Real Housewives of Potomac Part 3 reunion. But I'm going to do a separate video where I break down that whole reunion. So, I'm not the biggest fan of hers either, but you were not the top running person on that show, and that's why I feel they're going to survive without you. I mean, I will miss you. I'd love to see, when you planned your stuff. I think your family is just absolutely gorgeous. Like I said, I like the whole bird, that edition this season, but unfortunately you drove your own train off the track. One, I don't care how mad someone gets you, you don't put your paws up and put your paws on them, especially when you're running a podcast called Not for Lazy Moms. The last thing we want is mothers going to a school popping off because somebody got in their face. The hardest thing to do in life, this shows real restraint. When somebody is coming for you, and you don't fall into the trap. They always say, if you don't keep putting wood in the fire, at some point it's going to burn out. Let the people talk about you. Let them say what they want to say. Let her be a fool and argue with herself. I'm not going to argue with nobody. I'm not going to let anyone tear down my brand like that. They could say what they want to say, and I'm going to keep my mouth shut. And I know, okay, it's hard, they're in your face. You let your ego get in the way. You let your pride get in the way. And you keep saying, oh, well, behind the scenes, I had 2 therapists, I had that. What does it matter if when you're in front of the people, in the forefront of the people, you can't humble yourself and apologize? You were very nonchalant, like, oh, well, whatever. And then, like I said, you and your husband getting on this live talking about how y'all can just beat somebody down and beat a woman down. And honestly, my heart went out to you and Chris, because I wholeheartedly do not feel that is him. But however, when you allow others to bring that character out of you, that is not good. No man should ever say, and he apologized, I'm going to give that to him. I saw the hurt and the pain in him last night, and it was all over, which I think is dead wrong. No one should be saying that someone's child they're not the biological father. It's just evil. It's just wrong. But you know what? Don't let another person get to you. If you yourself know that child is mine with my husband, there's nobody that's going to come shake me and tell me, oh, that's not his child. And I wouldn't let him get all worked up over it. Y'all got worked up, y'all fed into it, and then y'all were part of your own demise. But I'm just here to say that, Monique, I don't think you just quit. I think that the contract that you received was not what you wanted, and you felt like, you know what, I'm not going to go back and go through all of this heat for this little bit of money that they're offering me. And so everyone knows that when Bravo wants you out, they know how to unfortunately ice you out. They know how to ice you out. And that's pretty much what they did to Monique. It's like they iced her out. But I think because of, everything that went on, and just, the different, threats and stuff that were thrown around, they almost had no choice. And I wish Monique the best. She has a lot of other ventures. She said that they do not need this money from Bravo. So you know what? God bless. And I also don't think that Monique is bragging when she says that. I never felt like she was bragging about her lifestyle and all of that. I never actually felt that way. Like I said, I don't dislike Monique, but I disliked everything that happened this season with her, and I wholeheartedly dislike the fact that she put a pause up to Candace. I just thought that was just dead wrong, especially when you're promoting a brand. Your name is everything. You're promoting a brand that says Not for Lazy Moms. You can't be a mom in these streets just because somebody has words, you putting the paws up in somebody's face. Because if you live long enough, I mean, and you got to go to different PTAs, be a part of different clubs, this, that, and the other, people are going to say stuff that's going to get on every single one of your nerves. And you're going to have to sip your tea and carry on. You got to just be like, okay, I'm preparing myself. Breathe in, breathe out. Because I'm about to go to this PTA meeting with so and so and so and so and so and so, and they always get crazy in the meeting, and I'm just going to sit there and keep my cool and keep it moving. The good thing now, a lot of meetings happen over Zoom, so you know what, to keep your cool, you keep your button on mute, and you keep your words and everything you got to say to yourself. You know, back when, you know, when I was growing up, my mother used to say, if you don't have anything good to say, don't say anything at all. And when you're running a podcast, not for lazy moms, you have to tell people how to keep their cool. But how do you say that now when they see that you yourself couldn't even keep your cool and you dragging people on TV, then you making songs about it afterwards? Anyway, y'all, Monique quit. She won't be on season 6 of The Real Housewives of Potomac. Still waiting to hear the final word if Wendy will be on season 6 of The Real Housewives of Potomac. I'm going to be very honest with you. I'm sick of them introducing me to new housewives. I mean, I think people have to blend together and they need time to do that. But if they're going to replace Monique, we'll see. They better not bring Charisse back because I don't want to see her either. I didn't even want to see her when she was on those couple of seasons. Nothing harmful or dreadful against Charisse. Just was not interested. More interested in Monique. But I do understand why Monique quit. And I did also understand why she needs to go. Like I said, I thought it would have been great if she just had to sit out 3 to 4 episodes. But now she won't be on season 6 at all. Stay tuned. I guess they're going to start filming soon. And we will see in 2021 how the ladies do without Monique being a part of season 6 Real Housewives of Potomac. Stay tuned, guys. Later on today, I'm going to break down the reunion part 3 and my thoughts on that. I thought it was tragic. I thought a lot of friendships were shattered. I think Karen Huger is full of it. She's full of it. At first, I was respecting her as the grande dame, but you know what? She's just messy. I'm so disappointed in her. It's like ridiculous, but we'll talk about that later. In the meantime, hug your friends, stay safe, love your friends, like this video if you like it, share it with your friends, tell your friends about me. Thank you guys, God bless, and have a good day.